funeral is about to begin, sir.
I think we just picked up Dracula. It's got a death curse!
Are they slow-moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
Welcome back to another episode of Never Not Horror Quick Cuts. Quick Cuts is our off-week episodes where we do a more casual discussion and not a movie deep dive review. But this is Stephen King month, so we have a theme here. I am Steve Clark.
I am Rich Hansel.
And today we are bringing you the first of two Stephen King-centric Quick Cuts episodes, and today it's going to be our top 13 Stephen King adaptations. So whether it's a movie or a TV series, it could be a TV show, whatever, anything adapted from Stephen King's work is fair game here. So excited to get into that. If you missed last week, we started Stephen King September with a deep dive review of Carrie. We're doing the whole month of September because it is Mr. King's birthday this month. So this time is movie adaptations. Next time will be our top 13 our top 13 favorite books by Stephen King on Quick Cuts, and then the episode after this will be Richie's pick for a Stephen King adaptation deep dive. So Stephen King month this month, we're both big fans. You can hear a little more about that if you check out our episode on Carrie. We talk about our sort of Stephen King origin stories as borrowed from the King cast. And, so yeah, this time, I mean, we both, obviously, we're big fans, or we wouldn't be doing this, and, Stephen King movies and adaptations are a big part of our horror landscape, so it'll be fun to discuss what we put in as our favorites. There are some major movies, adaptations that I think, we were talking before we recorded. I'm going to wager to say that our top 5 are probably the same 5 movies, just maybe in a different order. I would be kind of surprised to see one of my top 5 not in your top 5.
Yeah, and this does include all Stephen King adaptations, even if it's not horror.
Correct. Correct.
Because he did have a lot of movies that were not strictly horror.
Right. Yeah, I think this is definitely, we've talked about in the past on the podcast. I consider like mystery thriller can be horror adjacent. So, So yeah, there's definitely movies on the list that don't necessarily meet a true horror definition, but for the purposes of this show, they are close enough, and so any Stephen King adaptation is fair game. All right. So before we get into ranking our favorite Stephen King adaptations, we always start Quick Cuts with a little recap of what we've been into recently. So I will kick us off. I have talked about on, I think, the last 3 straight Quick Cuts episodes that I've been listening to The Stand. I finally finished it.
Yay!
It's over. It's a really good book. And I will actually preemptively throw out here that The Stand, so there's a TV miniseries that was released in the 90s of The Stand, directed by Mick Garris, and I have never seen it.
I haven't seen it.
So it is not on my list. I've heard that it is viewed fondly, and I really, after having read the book for a second time, I really do want to watch it. So ask me again in a couple months when I've had time to watch the 8-hour Stand miniseries. It's 8 hours with commercials. I think it's like 5 or 6 hours without. Yeah. But and I actually bought it on digital, I believe, the other night. So ask me later. The Stand might make my list, but as of now, it's not. So I did finish The Stand. Man, there's several new movies out that I want to get to, but I've been dragging ass and I haven't had a chance to do it with everything going on. I don't remember if I don't think I talked about it on the podcast, but I did watch Until Dawn on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Did I talk about that? I don't think so.
Oh, I don't think so.
Until Dawn is a movie. It was in theaters not like 3 months ago. Now it's on Netflix. It is, I hesitate to say inspired by a video game of the same name called Until Dawn. But really the plot is very kind of a not quite a Groundhog Day horror version, but it's these people, this group of 20-somethings that the one girl's looking for her older sister that went missing, and she goes to the last place that she knew she was, and they end up at this house, and it turns out that basically they're in a time loop, kind of, where they different thing, like different sort of a cabin in the woods almost, where like different things are coming after them and killing them, and when they're all dead, it resets. But they only have so many resets to get it right. But they have to survive until dawn. Hence the name of the movie. To get out alive. So
it wasn't a silly movie, was it?
No, it's not a comedy at all.
Okay.
Not like Cabin in the Woods.
There was another one I recently watched. Well, it's been months ago, but it was similar. It was like, but they're one of the girls' mom was an actress. Did you see that? It's a slasher movie. I can't remember. It might have the word slasher in it, but
I don't know.
Never mind. But it was kind of Groundhog Day, and they had to try to survive
the other one that I think of because I hesitated to call this Groundhog Day horror. Happy Death Day is Groundhog Day horror, and that's a good movie. I really like that. This movie was okay. Okay, it was decent. Like, I didn't hate it, but it also, like, I watched it like a month ago, and I forgot to mention it on this podcast more than once, so it didn't stick with me very much. But yeah, I did watch that. But yeah, I mean, there's still a bunch of stuff. There's so many movies. Like, really, doing this podcast has derailed a little bit of watching new stuff because I spend so much time watching the stuff that we're covering for the deep dive reviews, and there's a lot of newer stuff that I need to get to. So I don't have a ton, but I did finally finish The Stand. So,
good. That's quite of an accomplishment.
It is 44 hours. So once I get caught up on podcast now, then I will switch to a new audiobook. What about you, Rich? What have you been into?
I've done a few things. I've been listening to audiobooks when I mow the grass, and the first one I listened to was The Dead Zone by Stephen King, which is a very good book. Mm-hmm. I think it's we are going to do our favorite book, Stephen King books coming up, and I'll touch more on it there. But I think it's a little long, but very good. I mean, I love the character Johnny Smith was really, really good, and I was totally in for most of the book. And then I listened to Cujo. And again, a very good book, and again, a little bit long, I think. It could have been shortened up a little bit, but still loved it. And because I listened to Cujo, the audiobook, I decided to re-listen to Rattlesnakes, which was a story in You Like It Darker, I think is it You Like It Darker. And it's quite a long story. It's not quite a novella, so I think it's still considered a short story probably, but it is very good, and it has characters from Cujo. And if you listen to the audiobook You
Like It Darker.
Yeah, You Like It Darker. I would suggest listening to Cujo first, at least the second half of Cujo, because it'll get you back up to speed with the characters from Cujo, because a lot of them roll over into that Rattlesnakes. Mm-hmm. So I had listened to the entire You Like It Darker book, but I wanted to really re-listen to just that one story, Rattlesnake, after Cujo. So I listened to 3 Stephen King stories. On the podcast, I couldn't help it. I had to do it in August. I know. And even in the YouTube channel, Rich Hansel YouTube channel, I kind of badmouth Steve Clark a little bit on it, buddy.
You did?
Yeah, because I unboxed Quint, the Quint action figure from Jaws, and I was, saying how it is definitely a horror movie.
We differ on our opinion of if it's horror or not.
So check that out. It's I have quite a conversation with myself and my YouTube followers.
I have not seen it yet, but I will.
Yeah, where I bring up our differences in Jaws. So yeah, I did that. I unboxed a Quint NECA Jaws 50th anniversary action figure. It's an awesome action figure. Looks just like the actor. And then a couple movies I watched. Of course, I watched Carrie.
Yep.
In preparation for last week's deep dive episode, and then I did watch The Dark Half.
I still haven't watched it yet.
George Romero directed Stephen King adaptation, and it's a movie. It's a movie.
It's a movie, all right.
It is a movie. But that's all I've been up to.
All right. Well, in the spirit of Stephen King September, my next audiobook will be another Stephen King book. I mentioned before I've been doing a follow-along read-through with another podcast that's doing a Dark Tower full walkthrough, but they're doing all the books that are related to the Dark Tower also in kind of chronological order that you would need to read them to make sense of the tie-ins or whatever. But the next book in that is Salem's Lot, which I've read 2 or 3 times already, but that's going to be I'm a big fan of it.
I love it.
So yeah, my next one will be Stephen King. Continue the theme for the month. All right. Well, on that note, I think that's all we got. So we'll get into our top 13 Stephen King adaptations. I guess a couple things to mention. I mean, there's been so many. I mean, he's so prolific. There's 60 plus novels and probably over 100 short stories to work with, and so many people have done it. I mean,
yeah,
there are certain directors I felt like was worth a mention that have consistently done good work with Stephen King stuff. Brian De Palma with Carrie, John Carpenter with Christine. But then you get into the guys that have done multiple, like Rob Schneider. Rob Reiner. Rob Schneider. Deuce Bigelow.
Close. Meathead.
Right. It is a similar character. Rob Reiner he did Stand By Me and Misery, right?
Yep.
You had Mick Garris did several adaptations, like the TV ones.
Toby Hooper. You had nowadays Mike Flanagan is the current day Stephen King wizard who's turning stuff that shouldn't work as movies into real, like Gerald's Game. That's a hard thing to adapt, and he did an amazing job with it. So Frank Darabont did
Darabont, yeah, because that was like Shawshank and was
Green Mile
was him?
Yeah, I think it was Green Mile.
That's the other one. So there are certain people that just have a knack for adapting King, but so many people have done it to varying levels of success. Yeah. But
I sit here and I wonder, and I bet all the stories and all the books Stephen King's written, I don't know, there's got to be hundreds.
Yeah.
I almost guarantee that 90% has had at least a screenplay written, whether it be denied,
it got done or not,
or probably started. Because I mean, you see the success this guy has. I mean, as a screenplay writer, you have to salivate,
right?
You know, when you read a Stephen King book, you're like, I want to write this movie so bad, and maybe you write it, and it's like, well, my screenplay sucks. I'm not going to turn this in, or a studio will say this sucks.
He did a thing for a while that he called Dollar Babies, where he would sell the rights of his books to screenwriters for $1. Like lesser things, like short stories and stuff. Just to let people take a shot at it. Yeah, and it was cool. It was called Dollar Babies, but he doesn't do it anymore. But there for a while, yeah. Like I'd have to research to see like which movies came from that Dollar Baby thing. Yeah. But
there's been a few, I think, where he actually wrote the screenplay.
Yep.
I don't know which ones.
Yeah.
But
Even like Maximum Overdrive, where he was the director.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I've heard stories about that.
Yeah, that was a fun shoot. I think
there was a lot of cocaine. And...
right. Certainly seems to be that there was. So we're gonna get into. I mean, I think one way or another, if you're a horror fan, Stephen King has impacted you, whether it's books or movies, because there's just so much content and so many legendary. I mean, Pennywise, Jack Nicholson in The Shining. There's just so much. So I feel like this is a list that could vary really widely from person to person, because there's just so much that relates to one person, hits harder with someone else, and so it should be fun to do. So we're gonna get into our top 13 favorite Stephen King adaptations, and again, this can be theatrical releases, it could be straight to DVD, could be TV miniseries, TV shows, whatever it is. If it's based on a Stephen King work, then it's fair game. So, let's see. This is the last rankings we did. Who went first?
You want to flip a coin?
We'll pick a number between 1 and 10.
4.
Wait, I'm playing against myself, so that's not fair. I won. All right. Well, there's a train, so we'll have time to flip a coin.
Yeah.
Okay, well, during the train, we did figure out it is Rich's turn. I went first last time, so and as always, our lists are a surprise to each other. We have not shared our list, so we get that live reaction. But yeah, Rich is going to open us up.
Totally subjective, so don't.
Sure.
My list is right.
For
your list is right.
Right. It's all about what you like.
You guys out there listening, your list is right. And
yep.
Put your list in the comments. Go to our Facebook page and put your list of 13 favorite Stephen King adaptations.
I'd love to hear it.
I would too. All right. Well, so I'm starting it off. And number 13 on my list of favorite Stephen King adaptations is 1997 Night Flyer.
All right.
Yeah. So this one was adapted. At first was a magazine called Primeval was published in 1988 by Stephen King, and later it got published in Nightmares and Dreamscapes. But it was called Night Flyer also. But the movie was directed by Mark Pavia, I want to say, Pavia, and the movie was I did 1997. It's about some murders that was happening in these kind of rural airports.
Yep.
And there was a tabloid writer that was put on the case to try to figure out what's going on, and all heck breaks loose. And maybe or maybe not, there's vampires involved.
Mm-hmm.
So very good movie. Very good movie. I enjoyed it, and it is 13 on my list of favorite Stephen King adaptations.
All right. My number 13 is going to be the first of more than one TV miniseries that would make my list. And this one, I know it's not that great, but I really like it. My number 13 is from 1995. It is the TV miniseries of The Langoliers.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Okay, yeah. The Langoliers is about these people on a plane. They're flying from the West Coast to Boston, and they fly through what the pilots are calling the Aurora Borealis, the Northern Lights, but it turns out to be like a time rift, and only the people who were asleep when they went through survive. Like everyone else vanishes, but when they come through the other side, they wake up and everybody else is gone, and it turns out that, I mean, I'm kind of quickly spoiling the movie, but it's basically they've gone back in time to an empty world that has moved on. Like everyone is gone, and there are these creatures called the Langoliers that eat the past, and they have to figure out how to get back to the present. And it's cheesy as all hell. It's got some of the worst CGI you'll ever see. It was a TV movie, but I don't know. I just love the story. The story is in 4 Past Midnight.
Yeah, I have read the book, but I don't remember much about it.
Yeah. I saw the movie, the miniseries, before I read the book, but I love the story. I like the sci-fi-ness of it, the traveling back in time, and that there is an empty world that gets eaten by these creatures constantly as time moves on. It's just a cool idea, and I enjoy it. We talked about last time, Bronson Pinchot, who played Balky in Perfect Strangers, plays like the lead antagonist guy in it, and he's unhinged and crazy. It's cheesy, but I love it. So that's a guilty pleasure of mine. But number 13 is The Langoliers.
Awesome. I'll have to check that out.
It's good.
All
well,
right.
it's not really good. But
it's so bad it's good?
Not maybe.
Maybe.
I just like it.
Yeah.
I just like it.
Okay. All right, we're to number 12, and number 12 on my list is 1983, Cujo.
Cujo.
Yep. The book was published in 1981. The director of the movie was Louis Teague, starred Dee Wallace and Christopher Stone, who was in one of our deep dive movies, which was The Howling.
Yep.
It's pretty much a rabid dog keeps a woman and her son held, I'm not going to say captive, but
Trapped.
Trapped, yes, perfect. Yeah. Trapped in a car which will not run on a hot day. Or over 3 days, I believe it goes.
Yeah.
Very good movie. Everybody probably knows about Cujo. I had buddies that had dogs that were named Cujo, and I'm sure they was named after the movie.
Anyone who has a dog named Cujo, this is why.
Yeah. All right, but that is it. Number 12, 1983, Cujo.
All right. My number 12 is another novel adaptation from the 80s. It is from 1983, the year I was born. John Carpenter's Christine.
Nice.
Haunted car movie, basically. Mm-hmm. This nerdy guy finds this car that he falls in love with, and turns out that the car is possessed, and that's basically it. Like, that's the plot, but it's executed well, and it's John Carpenter, so I mean,
I will say that the premise, and I always thought this, that the premise sounds stupid as shit.
Yeah,
but I'm telling you what, the book is really good.
Yep.
And the movie is really good.
Yeah,
I think they're both good.
They pull it off. Like, it shouldn't work.
No, it should not. This is stupid. This is a stupid idea, but both of them, the movie and the book, are great. I mean, really
it's
great.
Really good. I mean, and it gets better like, I see it again, and it's like, every time I see it again, it's like, man, it's really good.
It does. It holds up. It is not on my list, I will say, but it was one that just missed my list.
Got you. Yep. What you had, The Night Flyer, and what was the last one?
Cujo.
Neither one of those are on my list either. So we were 2 for 2. Yep. All right. So yeah, my number 12 is Christine.
All right. That brings us to number 11, and mine. This is kind of a newer book and definitely a newer movie, and the book was published in 2010. The movie was 2017, and it is 1922.
Yep.
This was directed by Zach Hilditch, and it was from the book Full Dark, No Stars, kind of a short story.
It's a 4-novella collection.
Okay.
Yep.
And it's pretty much there's a Nebraska farmer, and he's trying to kind of plot his wife's death to collect her inheritance. Is pretty much what
she pushes it, like she wants to sell the farm, and he doesn't want to, and and it ends up resulting in murder.
Right. But I loved it. I thought it was really
good movie.
Good.
Yeah.
I was sucked in right from the beginning. The guy that plays the farmer, the
Thomas
dad,
Jane.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah,
he does really a hell of a job in this movie.
Yep, very good.
But yeah, that's it. 1922 is number 11 on my Stephen King adaptation.
That's another one that's very true to the book, the source material. Like, what you read in that is what you get in the movie. I did not read
the story. But
have you read any of Full Dark, No Stars?
I want to say I have the book, but I guess I haven't. No,
it's
I don't
good
think so.
Because you got that one, and then there's one called A Good Marriage, which they made a movie of. That's good. And then Big Driver. I think a Lifetime movie was made of that, and it's very good.
Yeah, I don't think I.
Well, the story's good. I don't know about the movie, but all right, yeah, you should definitely check that one out. It's good.
I will.
All right, my number 11 is another 80s one. Another one that has come up in past lists for me, but My number 11 is, as I pull it up to get the year, 1985 Silver Bullet. Silver
yes.
Bullet, based on the novella, I guess you would say. You could argue maybe a short story, but Cycle of the Werewolf is what
I love this movie.
This made my list of favorite horror movies from the 80s, and it makes my list of favorite Stephen King adaptations for sure. Gary Busey, Corey Haim, so good. Werewolf,
Yes.
one of my all-time favorite werewolf movies in general.
Yeah, and
so.
the werewolf is awesome looking at it
Yep.
too. Whoever did the makeup and
Yep.
is really good.
Yep, all good stuff. So I've talked about it once before on that list, but yeah, my number 11 is Silver Bullet.
All right. That brings us to the top 10.
Top 10.
All right, my top 10 is probably a surprise to lots and lots of people out there. This movie didn't resonate with me, and I know it's held in very, very high regard with critics and fans alike, but for me, it just, I don't know. There was something that I don't think it's great. I get bored with the movie. I never got bored with the book, but it is 1980, The Shining.
Mm-hmm.
Is my number 10. So the book was written in 1977, so it took 3 years to make the movie, which isn't long. It seems like that's about the great movies took about 2 or 3 years after the book was written.
Yeah, they're usually hot on the heels.
Yeah. Directed by Stanley Kubrick, and pretty much it's a writer is driven mad in an empty haunted hotel. It stars Jack Nicholson, Shelley Duvall.
Yep.
I mean, it is a classic, and it is one that I don't watch it every year, but I know it's held in very, very high regards. And Jack Nicholson does do a phenomenal job. He does a very good job in this. But it was just it was a little further from the book than I wanted to go. But
it is for sure.
But that's it. 1980s. The Shining is my number 10.
Very nice. If I recall correctly, that did not even make your favorite.
It wasn't.
Movies of the
It
80s.
was just outside of the favorite movies of the 80s.
All right. Well, my number 10 is a movie we just reviewed last week on Never Not Horror. My number 10 is from 1976, Carrie, the very first Stephen King adaptation.
Nice.
Great movie. I gave it a 4 out of 5. Never Not Horror howls. Sissy Spacek delivers a outstanding performance. If you want to know more about it, go listen to our full deep dive review of it. But yeah, great movie. Cracks in the first in my top 10. Carrie from 76.
All right, we gets us to number 9, and my number 9 is 1976 Carrie.
Oh, we were right on the heels.
Again, Brian De Palma directed. Sissy Spacek, Amy Irving, young girl bullied in the school gets revenge using telekinesis. Pretty much is the premise of the movie. But again, check out our movie review deep dive on the Never Not Horror podcast. It was number 10. It was the 10th episode of our deep dive. So check that out if you haven't. But number 9 on my list is 1976 Carrie.
All right. That brings me to number 8 on my list. Or no, number 9. That was your 9, so this is my number 9. I am going with a fairly... Actually, this is... Let me double check here. Yeah, this is the most recent entry on my top 13. So my number 9 is coming from 2017. It is It Chapter 1.
All right.
So, the remake of It, the first movie of the two, focusing on the Losers Club as they are children. Really good. Bill Skarsgård does a very good job creating his own Pennywise. Great dialogue. The kids are fun. I like the way that they, instead of the way the original miniseries mixed and matched the grown-ups and the kids, and the way the book does too, they just focused on the kids section of the story. Really good stuff. Big fan. I saw it in a theater. I had a great time. It was actually the first time we ever went fun story. We left my oldest daughter was maybe old enough to take care of the other two. So that was the very first time we went out and left the other kids at home. So I'll always remember that. So yeah, we saw It Chapter 1. I like It Chapter 2, but it's definitely not as good as the first one. So,
it's not. I've never seen either one.
You should absolutely watch it. I mean,
okay.
They're good movies.
Are they long?
Yes.
They are long.
Yeah, they're a good 2+ hours each. But,
yeah. Okay.
But it's worth it. So yeah, my number 9 is It Chapter 1.
All right, that brings us to my number 8, and it is going to be 1979's Salem Lot.
Ooh.
Very good movie, very creepy movie, very good book. Which the book was published in 1975, so it took 4 years to make this one. It was a made-for-TV miniseries, right?
It was a 2-parter, yeah. It was a TV movie in 2 parts.
So, and this was actually directed by the great Toby Hooper. Yes, absolutely.
We've talked about him before.
Yes, he's in my favorite horror movie of all time. Directed it.
Yep.
So pretty much, a writer returns to his hometown, which is called Jerusalem's Lot. Funny, they call it Salem's Lot for short. But yeah, he's forced to become a vampire hunter. Pretty much is the premise of the movie in a roundabout way. But very, very good. Very creepy. It's got the iconic scene of the little boy hovering in the window.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the guy that plays the vampire, man, he is just frightening.
Yeah, it's a very Nosferatu-esque vampire.
Man, they did a good job with that. But yeah, that is my number 8 is Salem's Lot from 1979.
All right, my number 8 is probably, of my whole list, other than maybe The Langoliers, this is the oddball, I would say, of my list. But I love this movie. And it's a bit, I don't know if it's a cheat, but sort of maybe. So my number 8 it's a Stephen King TV miniseries adapted from a screenplay. So there was no book version of this or short story or anything, but he wrote the screenplay. It is from 1999, Storm of the Century.
Oh, I think I might have seen that a long time ago when it first came out.
Yeah, it was one of those, in the 90s, it was all the rage to have a Stephen King miniseries on ABC or whatever.
Yeah.
And they'd be 2 or 3 episodes, 2 hours long each. But Storm of the Century is, yeah, man, it's so good. I love the story. It's about this dude that comes into this town in Maine right before a blizzard hits. And he kills this old woman and lets himself be arrested for murdering her. And then he tells the town people and the cops basically, like, give me what I want and I'll go away. And he's like this supernatural dude. And ultimately what he wants is one of the kids to, like, take over as his, like, protege and become like this eternal thing that he is. And I love it. It's such a good story. There's so many. Yeah, it's really, really good. I definitely recommend checking it out. All these Stephen King miniseries, like, I really like all of them. Really, I mean, even the ones that aren't that great, I still like. But they're a time investment. Like, because they were at minimum they were 4 hours with commercials.
Yeah,
The Stand was 8 with commercials, but this one for sure, I'm a big fan. The villain in it, Andre Lenoge is his character's name. He's so creepy and unsettling. Like, it's good, really good stuff. So yeah, my number 8 is Storm of the Century. A little bit of a cheat because it wasn't a book, but so they actually
it's an adaptation.
They released the screenplay. Like, you could buy a book version of the screenplay.
Yeah.
So I counted it because it's a great movie.
Sure. All right, that brings me to number 7 on the Stephen King top adaptations. And number 7 on my list is 1989's Pet Sematary. The book was published in 1983. Movie came out in 1989. Directed by Mary Lambert. Very good, very creepy story. I think the story is a bit creepier than what the movie could portray, I guess.
Yeah.
I think this book, it was the first Stephen King book I ever read, was Pet Sematary, and just freaked the shit out of me. I mean, it was scary as hell. And they do a good job in this movie. Very good job in the movie. But it's pretty much a grieving father uses powers of a particular cemetery to raise the dead. That's pretty much what it's about. I think it's an Indian burial ground, I think, and that's how it gets its powers.
Right.
But very, very creepy. And, of course, it's got the opening scene. Not the opening scene, but one of the first scenes is the little boy getting run over by a truck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I remember my dad watching that. My dad was very, very much against seeing kids get hurt. And that one messed with him. He was he couldn't watch it. He'd close his eyes every time it happened.
It's definitely a movie that hits a whole lot different when you have kids.
Yeah, it does.
Versus watching it as a teenager, but yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Number 7 is Pet Sematary.
All right. Well, my number 7 is going back once again to the TV miniseries Well, and my number 7 is from 1990. TV miniseries adaptation of It.
All right.
So this is the It I grew up with. Tim Curry absolutely nailed it. I get it. I get it's cheesy, but I don't know. I mean, just as a kid, a scary clown. It's so good. I mean, I love Tim Curry anyway. Like Clue, I love Clue. Rocky Horror Picture Show. He's so versatile. But just his performance of Pennywise is so good. I'm just a huge fan. Like we've talked in the past of episodes about the video VHS collection that we had growing up in my house, and we had the dual, like it was on 2 VHS tapes because it was so long. So you had the 2 parts on 2 different VHS tapes, and the first part it was ridiculous. I'd watched it so much that I had all the dialogue memorized. Like I could sit there and just quote the movie damn near start to finish the first tape. Like it was just one that I watched so much. But yeah, I love the movie. It is one of my favorite Stephen King books. I mean, it's not my favorite Stephen King book. Spoiler for another Quick Cuts that's coming soon. But I mean, it's such a good story. Very high on the list. So, yeah, my number 7 is It, the miniseries from 1990.
All right, that brings us to number 6. And on my list, I have 1990's Misery. Adapted from Stephen King's 1987 novel of the same name.
Yep. Directed
by the great Rob Reiner's, done so many good movies.
You mean Rob Schneider?
Stars Kathy Bates and James Caan. I think Kathy Bates won the Academy Award for Best Actress in this. Pretty much a writer is rescued, then held hostage by a deranged fan is pretty much what we're looking at as the premise of the movie. But, you have to see it. This was a book that really messed with me, too. And they translated it over into this movie really well.
It really works.
The acting is awesome.
Yeah.
But just such a good movie. I'm hard pressed not to call Annie Wilkes his greatest villain of all time. I mean, she is so creepy, and in this movie, Kathy Bates totally nails it.
She nails it.
But that's my number 6 is 1990's Misery.
All right, my number 6 is a movie that was on my list of favorite movies from the 2000s. This comes in at 2007 on my list. On that list, it was number 2, actually. I really held this movie high regard. But on this list, it's number 6, and it is from 2007, the movie 1408.
Oh, yeah.
With John Cusack.
Good movie.
It's real. I don't know why, but this movie hits me, man. Like, it's just one of the creepiest movies. It's such a good representation of a haunted thing, haunted anything, really.
And it keeps you guessing and keeps you tense and keeps you...
it never lets you relax.
Your heart rate goes, man. Even the slow parts, you're ready for something to happen.
There's like subtle things that like in the very, very beginning of this movie, before he ever goes to the Dolphin Hotel, he's in a little haunted place or whatever. and he's in an attic and the ceilings are short and he's like bent over, and it creates this feeling of just being uncomfortable, like of feeling awkward.
Right.
And that movie holds it the whole way through. It's so good.
Job.
So yeah, absolute master class performance from John Cusack. Samuel L. Jackson is exactly what you expect. I mean, it's just, and the short story it's based on is in Everything's Eventual, the short story collection, but and it's one of the creepiest short stories I've ever read. Like,
really?
I think the story might be scarier than the movie.
I'm gonna have to get it.
Yeah, it's in the collection Everything's Eventual, and it's so good. Write that down.
Everything's Eventual.
Yep. There are other good stories in that too, but that one is in it. So yeah, my number 6 is 1408.
All right, that brings us to number 5. We are on the top 5 Stephen King adaptations.
All right, and you know what? So before we started, I said, I bet, or maybe even on recording, I said that I think our top 5s will be the same, but out of order. There is one you've named that is in my top 5, so we are still on point for 4 out of the 5.
But there is one you named that's on my top 5.
Okay, so we could have the same top 4, perhaps. No, we don't. No, never mind.
No, it can't be.
It can't be, but we could have 4 out of the 5, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we do.
I don't think we do.
No,
we can't. We have to have 3 at most.
Yeah, there's 3 because I have 2 that you've already named in my top 5.
And you have one that
is
on my top 5.
All right.
And so my top 5 Stephen King adapted movies is 1999's The Green Mile. So this is adapted from his series of books, was released monthly, starting in 1996.
Yep.
The movie was directed by Frank Darabont, who also did another movie. Stars Tom Hanks, pretty much a prison guard that works on death row. He encounters a prisoner with some supernatural powers.
To heal, basically, yeah.
Yeah, John Coffey. Very emotional movie. Very emotional movie. Yeah. It's just packed full of just raw emotion, and a very good movie. I watch it quite often. It is a bit long, but I think it had to be that long.
It was a lot of story, yeah. You would be cheating it by not.
Yeah, so, I mean, it probably could have even been a little longer, but to me, this movie is masterful.
Yeah.
I think it's great. Tom Hanks is awesome. Who played John Coffey? I can't remember.
Michael Clark Duncan.
Michael Clark Duncan, God rest his soul. He was awesome in this.
Yep.
Just you felt his pain. He did a great job. But yeah, number 5 is 1999's The Green Mile.
Hell yeah. All right. My number 5 is 1999 The Green Mile.
Hey, there's one that's
there's
the same
one we're
top
on.
5.
Yep. Everything you said is accurate. Great movie. I remember buying the books when because initially they came out in 6 installments, like once a month, and I bought them that way and I read them that way. I have since reread it as just a complete book and on audio. It's really good.
Yeah.
But the movie's fantastic. I mean, Percy is such a piece of shit. Turns out the actor was really a piece of shit too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't remember what he did, but
okay.
I think he turned out to be not a great dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, so many good actors. All the performances are great. Such an emotional story. Mr. Jingles, Little Mouse, and it's good. I mean, this is one of the ones that you could argue isn't really horror, but
it's supernatural.
Supernatural, yeah. And I mean, it's Stephen. I give it for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's maybe the most heartfelt movie on this list for me.
If not, it's got to be close.
It's definitely up there. But yeah, I mean, it's just absolutely great stuff. It has a reputation for a reason. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
So my number 5 is also The Green Mile.
All right, that brings us to number 4, and this is the one that you've already had on your list. I can't remember what number it was, but it was 8 or not, 7, 8, 9, 10, something like that. You can tell me after I name it, but it is 1985 Silver Bullet. Absolutely love Silver Bullet. I love the fact that the narration through the sister's eyes. Just I love that part of the movie. It works so well. Corey Haim, Gary Busey, pretty much they're looking for a werewolf amongst the townsfolk. Who could it be? Just phenomenal work. And this was directed by Don Adius. And it was, here we go. We're getting into some touchy stuff here between me, you, and some other people. But this was released October 11th.
Oh, no.
1985. Yes, sir, it was.
This means
your wife's birthday.
The day of her birth. She was born in 1985.
She was? Oh, my gosh. Silver Bullet. Wow.
No shit.
Yeah. So I saw that. As soon as I saw it, I was like, holy shit, I got to bring this up in the podcast.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
if you don't know what we're talking about, go back to some older, the Paranormal Activity episode and maybe the episode after that.
Yeah, there was a lot of things happening on October 11th.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah. There's some synchronicities happening.
But yeah, so number 4 on my list is Silver Bullet.
All right. Yep. I had it at number 11.
Okay.
Yep. All right, number 4 on my list has been on your list already. It is from 1990, Misery.
Yes.
I'm a big fan. This was number 2 on my list from the 90s. Everything you said is right. I mean, Kathy Bates, so good. James Caan as Paul Sheldon is great. It's a small cast, but I love the story. It was the first Stephen King book I ever finished. Great movie, great everything. I mean, it's awesome. It's so well done. I mentioned on the 90s list that my wife and I saw a play version of this at Playhouse in the Park in Cincinnati, and it was awesome. So yeah, I have a lot of connection. We dressed up as Halloween as Paul and Annie, so good shit. So it's very high on my list at number 4.
All right. Man, we're getting to the thick of things now.
We're in the top 3.
We are at number 3. And this it's probably a no-brainer because it was pretty high on my 1980s list, favorite horror movies, and we've done a deep dive on it, is 1982's Creepshow.
Creepshow.
Yeah, just absolutely, I think, masterful job here. They stayed true to the comic book effect. It's based on Stephen King's work from some magazine publishers, and he actually wrote
2 of the 5 were based on short stories.
Yeah, and then the other 3 were written for the movie Creepshow.
Yeah,
directed by George Romero, and just a phenomenal anthology of horror. I think it's probably my favorite. I guess. Favorite horror anthology movie. I mean, it's got to be up there.
It's way up there.
There's a few Vincent Price that may be close.
Yeah.
Yeah. So number 3 is 1982's Creepshow.
All right. Well, I have to admit I forgot about Creepshow.
Oh, no.
So it's not on my list. And I gave it 4 out of 5 howls. So I love that movie, and it's not on my list, so I guess Langoliers is going to get the bump.
Oh.
And Creepshow would have planted in somewhere in the top between like 5 and 7, probably. But since it didn't, I'm going to carry on as per usual. So my number 3 has been on your list. It was lower, but my number 3 came in at number 2. On our favorite movies of the 80s, and it is The Shining from 1980. I get why you don't love this movie. It's an acquired taste. I almost feel like, I mean, it's kind of critically acclaimed, but I can see the flaws in it, but I'm a fan. I love it. So it was a comfort movie for me, but so if you want to know more about that, you can hit the 80s episode, but yeah, my number 3 is The Shining, which leads us to the top 2. And my top 2, you have not named either of them.
Same
so
here.
So I'm going to assume that we have the same top 2, but the order, I'm going to guess that our order is different.
I'm going to guess also that our order is different.
Right. So go ahead. What's your number 2?
All right, my number 2 favorite Stephen King adapted movies is The Shawshank Redemption.
All right.
From 1994, the book came out of different seasons.
Yep.
It was called Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption. Directed by Frank Darabont, which we've already mentioned his name. And he did The Green Mile also. And just great movie. It's hard. You're hard pressed to find a better movie than this. I mean, just top notch. Pretty much, it's an innocent man in prison, and he plans his escape. Makes friends, and it's full of just great characters. The protagonists are great. The antagonists are great. It's just full of suspense and mystery, and it does have a lot of tug at your heartstring moments, and it's got you go through the full gambit of emotions when you watch this movie. I absolutely love it. I would probably be in, if I made a top 10 all-time favorite movie list, it might be in it.
Yep.
But yeah, my number 2 is 1994's The Shawshank Redemption.
All right. On my number 2, you were correct. We are flipped. So my number 2 is Stand By Me. Yep. Based on, spoiler for Rich's number 1. It shouldn't be a surprise, but Stand By Me is based on the novella The Body. It's just an incredible movie. There's a Rob Reiner one. 4 kids, 4 friends go out on an adventure, basically, to find the body of a kid who is missing, and they hear that he got hit by a train, and they're going to go try to find his body, and just the quintessential coming of age, just perfect. I mean, it's so good. So many things from that movie like resonate to me and throughout life, like just little things that you just associate to it. I mean, it's a fantastic movie. So good. The ending when what's his name? The dude from Jaws? Richard Dreyfuss.
Yeah, Richard Dreyfuss. Damn, okay. I was drawing a blank. Yeah.
Richard Dreyfuss plays the adult Gordy, and he's writing this story about this experience, and at the end, the line I never had friends like I did when I was 12.
Yeah.
Does anyone? I mean, it hits so hard.
It does. It's amazing.
Such a good movie. So, my number 2, and I think we're getting ready to talk about it again, is Stand By Me.
Yeah, so that brings me to my number 1, and absolutely 100% no doubter. As soon as we talked about making this list, this was going to be my number 1 easily. I think it's as close to a perfect coming-of-age movie as you can make. It's just absolutely phenomenal. 1986's Stand By Me. The book, like you said, was a novella called The Body, and it was in different seasons also. So both of our top 2s come out of the same book.
Yeah, that's a hell of a book.
That's a hell of a book.
You got different seasons. Let's see if I remember right. You got different seasons. Rita Hayworth and Shawshank Redemption. Apt Pupil.
Yes.
What's the other one?
The Breathing Method.
Okay, that's the one I don't know that well.
Yeah. The Apt Pupil is a very good movie too. I wanted to put it on there, but
it's a dark movie.
It is very dark. But yeah, I love this. Like Steve mentioned, Rob Reiner directed, and again, just the 4 boys, and they have to go up against the older boys that want to there's always they dream about being an award at the end. You're going to be on TV,
right?
And
I forgot about the Puke-A-Rama.
Oh yeah,
the story,
that's great.
Gordy tells stories.
The story inside the story where he's telling the story to his buddies, and it actually goes into that, and it's just phenomenal job. I mean, and another thing, when it was released in 1986, these kids were the same age I was. So I was 13 years old the first time I saw this movie, and I'm living vicariously through these 4 young kids and polar opposite kids too, really. I mean, they're all, so you got all different types of kids in it, between the 4 boys. And then even when you look at the bullies, just an amazing, amazing movie. I can't say enough good things about it. But yeah, number 1 on my list, easily by a mile, is Stand By Me.
All right. Well, that brings me to my number 1, which was your number 2.
Yeah.
It is The Shawshank Redemption. I could absolutely hear an argument for Stand By Me being number 1. But Shawshank is just so good. Just the whole thing, tunneling through the wall, just the character building, just the little things, like the old librarian guy that gets released and kills himself because he can't make it on the outside, and then
sad. I'm telling you.
It's just such a good movie.
Institutionalized,
right.
I think they call it.
Right, yep. And they make memes about that now. Like, I've seen videos of like dogs wearing sweaters, and it's like, I don't think I'd make it on the outside, Andy. I'm an institutional man.
Yeah, the acting is.
Tim Robbins is Andy Dufresne. Morgan Freeman is Red.
They did such a good job.
The guy that can get you things.
Yeah.
It's, man. When the kid comes in and Andy teaches him, like, gets him his GED, and then turns out that he knows information that'll get Andy off, and the warden kills him because he knows, because he's deep in his fake taxes. And such a brutal movie, and such a glorious, like, finale where he escapes and crawls through a river of shit to get out of the prison. And such a good movie. I mean, it wasn't in your case where, like, Stand By Me was an obvious number 1. It wasn't the obvious. Like, I really debated this and Stand By Me, but I mean, I give the edge to this just a touch. Like, it's just such a good movie.
Yeah, it is. Acting standpoint, it's superior, definitely. Yeah. But I mean, you're dealing with some 13-year-old kids in Stand By Me, and Rob Reiner did an amazing job directing a bunch of kids. Sure.
All right. Well, that will do it. And I'm not surprised that we hit so many of the like, I knew, like, obviously I knew just from the 80s episode that The Shining wasn't high on your list, but it is on mine. So I knew that would be up there for me and not for you. Yeah. No real big surprises, really. And I knew the Shawshank and the Stand By Me would be very near the top. So we had Green Mile at 5. So yep.
Very good, very fun episode there.
Absolutely.
Put your top 13 together.
I want to hear it.
I absolutely do.
Yeah, and then next time, like I said, next episode will be Rich's pick for a Stephen King adaptation deep dive review. And then we will do our top 13 favorite Stephen King novels. Which that opens up a whole new door. Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't either.
But, yeah, because it opens up the door to books that don't have adaptations.
All right, well, we got to set some parameters. Is different seasons one book, or are we just going each story from the
That's
book?
a good question. Because then that is different seasons, 4 Past Midnight, and Full Dark No Stars. If it
Skeleton Crew.
Skeleton Crew, yeah. You know what? I think we wait till next year in September, and we do our top 13 Stephen King short stories, and we can hit Skeleton Crew, Night Shift, and all those.
Yeah, so we're going to...
So yeah, we'll do novels. So we're not including novellas or short stories.
Okay.
Yep. I like that.
I do too.
If you enjoyed the show, please like, rate, review, do what you do on your podcast platform of choice. If you want to check us out outside of the podcast, you can go to youtube.com/Rich Hansel and check out his soon-to-be spooky season. Well, it will be spooky season, probably. Yeah. So we're getting into the horror business. So lots of cool unboxing stuff. I get a little sneak peek behind the scenes here when we record. So I've seen some of the stuff that's coming. And you can check out my books on steveclarkbooks.com. Links to everything there, including Richie's page. So SteveClarkBooks.com will get you anything you want to know, really. There's also stuff about Never Not Horror on there. So, you know what? And I haven't talked to you about this, but we need to get some merch rolling.
I know, we do.
Yeah.
Need
so
some,
I already have a shop on my website, so that I could just add it to the shop.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd like to get some bookmarks, maybe.
Yeah, stay tuned. There will here in the future there might be some Never Not Horror merch to check out. So
that'd be great.
We'll definitely let you know when that happens. But it's on my list of things to get to. So all right. So come back next week. It'll be Rich's turn to pick a Stephen King adaptation, and well, because it's Stephen King, we know that whatever it is, it's never not horror.
Oh, yeah.
Slow moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.